Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or evening, or morning, or wherever you are. My name is Jake, and welcome to the 6th week of our exciting program, Sudrian Radio. As always, joining me today is my friend, Matt or Dan, and it looks like it's Matt today. Hello.
Hello.
And our special guests this week is EnterprisingEngine93.
Hello, everybody.
His name is Matt, also. So for the sake of, punctuality and being nice, he will be Matt M, and our lovely host, Matt S. Also joining us again today is Tyrone. Hello, Ty.
Alright.
So firstly, we'll begin with sort of talking with you, Matt M. What sort of inspired you, or why Wooden Railway? What got you started, and what are you proud of?
I guess it started when my junior year of high school ended. I took my first video class, and I've been making flip cam movies my whole life. I thought they were so much fun, but I really wanted to go home and just make something. And I opened my closet, and I found all my old wooden trains in there, all chipped and beat up and battered. And I remembered my cousin really loved Thomas the Tank Engine, so I'm like, oh, I'll put a video on YouTube for him. He'll love it. And I made a few episodes, had a lot of fun, started making them outside, posted them up, and he wasn't the only one who watched them. More and more kids were liking and subscribing, and it eventually just, snowballed into something so much bigger. And now I've been buying more locomotives, doing all these things, making the series just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, filmed in HD. It just literally has got bigger due to the good reception it's gotten on YouTube.
How many voice actors would you say that you've got now? Because I know that there's, as you've got a wide, menagerie of characters, rather. Oh, goodness. There's also a lot of voice acting that needs to be done, a lot of various roles to be filled. How many people would you reckon you've got on your staff?
Including people that aren't on YouTube, I would say at least 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of voice direction and really post-editing.
It's a lot of work. I meet with some people once a year. I make sure I have their lines for the year all written because I don't get to see them too often. And, we just sit down, we meet somewhere. The Thin Controller, actually, I see him once a year. He's one of my most valuable players. He has a really excellent job. He's the English department head at my high school.
Oh, wow.
And he's magnificent. So I see him once a year.
That's awesome, actually. That's really cool. What sort of things inspire you when it comes to episodes? Because you have a lot of really varying, not genres, but certainly styles of episodes that you like to write. What sorts of things do you draw inspiration from when writing these stories?
I would say it's a variety of things. I think the first one was to heal the series by somehow taking all these new characters with no depth or development in the TV series and incorporating them with characters of the Railway series to create this unified whole where everything is slowly repairing itself and becomes this one continuous storyline. And I think it really helps me come to terms with the things that have changed about the series and come to like characters like Bertram or Sydney that have no development at all. So I'd say that's a big thing. And another is when I was a kid, really little, when I was pushing these little trains on my carpet, the storylines were actually a little darker than you'd expect a kid to be having. It was all about the last steam engine on the railway, and he's being hunted down by all these diesels, and there would all be all these horrible accidents and explosions clattering against the floor. And I guess I've sort of channeled this imagination at this age, making them now, and I'd say it's just trying to channel childhood creativity and trying to heal a series that I think had a magnificent impact on me growing up.
Kind of giving back. Yeah. It's nice.
I don't know about you, but I'd love to see that movie.
Yeah. That sounds like a very good plot point.
I guess I'll say it here. I'm not sure if there's going to be a season 3, but I'm sure that someday there will be a movie. I'd love to try a crack at that.
Oh gosh.
I think that's what I'm building it up to.
That would be good. I know that you like to do a lot of multiple part episodes, or some of them at least. Why?
I've done 4 so far,
why is that? Why do you think that you do that? Because now that everybody can do unlimited amounts of minutes on YouTube, why still break apart these stories?
Oh wait, you can make them unlimited minutes again?
Yeah.
Jake, we're partners. We get unlimited minutes.
No, I'm not a partner. I can still.
You get up to 15.
No. I can do everything.
Since when?
Since always. I don't know. For a bit.
Have you monetized?
Check your settings, everyone. See what you can see, because there's beautiful things that might behold you.
Wow.
So, I guess I've been cutting them into parts because I wasn't aware that I could do more than 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the reason.
well, that answers that. Excellent.
I thought it would have been like to,
No.
I'm making a hand motion, but you can't see it, so.
Yeah, that generally.
I thought it would have been for, like, to make everything more suspenseful. It's Winter Munitions Part 3 coming out, man!
Yeah, well, and that's true too, to kind of keep people on the edge of their seats and wait for the next installment. I agree.
I know I was waiting in suspense for the next chapter in Munitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that when I upload them all at once, I did that with Rockstar and what was the other 2-parter? Mavis and the Tornado. They were up at once, and they weren't. The second part wasn't nearly watched as much. So I found if I wait like a week or 5 days, like more people will watch the part 2 if I give it just a little bit of time in between. So I'm thinking that's a good thing too.
That was, if I remember correctly, Mavis fell, or a bridge collapsed and Mavis was on it.
Yeah.
And then everyone thought she was dead, but she was found alive at the very end. Spoilers. But
in the original script, I'd actually killed Mavis, and
God.
I realized how furious the kids got when I killed Patriot. That I realized that if I killed an actually consistently played character, that wouldn't have flown very well. I realized that I liked Mavis, so I decided to go against that sort of notion.
Yeah, sometimes just the sake of making everybody happy hampers the sort of dramatic effect of the death of a character.
Your original scripts are a lot darker than I would have thought. I thought all of your scripts, considering I've seen your videos, are just lighthearted, bit of serious, more lighthearted. No?
No, there are actually some very, very serious plot points that are done, which...
Mavis dying?
I think it's a big part of my personality, I think, where I, like, depending on my mood, I'll sort of want to push the envelope that far, but then I realize, like, no, I shouldn't, I have to pull back a little bit, I can't go down this road, this descent. But the way the story is shaping up, I'd say my series has a very apocalyptic vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because
I can see that.
Definitely.
There's a lot of... It's counteracted by hope. Very hopeful characters. Like, I make Edward and Stanley and Boko and all these characters seem really noble and strong, but it's like they're talking about something that's going to happen that they can't predict, which I'm sort of looming with. So Frederick Ora is a character that really is menacing, and you don't really know what he's up to yet, but he's up to something big.
It's
one of the
also
big points.
It's also a point to kind of bring out that you do a lot of humor in your episodes as well. I remember in one of your more recent ones, Blunderbuss Part 1, the Fat Controller is having a serious conversation with Paxton. He's reassigning him a job, and Paxton rolls away. And then you cut back to the Fat Controller, and he's just eating some croissants out of nowhere, and that was just funny. Can you kind of explain how often or in what ways you use humor to move the story along, or just to bolster your stories?
I will say that the people I'm most drawn to in real life are quirky people, because I think quirkiness is so genuine and just something really admirable in a person. I think it makes them more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that I really elevate the quirkiness of my characters just because it makes them more likable and just makes the series more fun. And I love putting humor into it as much as possible. I like dialogue to be exciting and funny and have all the characters' traits come out and be frustrated with each other, but in the end everything works out. But I just love Winston's reaction when there's Fat Controller's getting crumbs everywhere and just ripping a new one. I have a lot of lines recorded for Winston, actually, and there's going to be some recurring arguments with how the Fat Controller's demeanor is paying a toll on their relationship.
That sounds great, actually. Who, if you don't mind my asking, or you can be as general as you like with this response, who is your voice actor for Thumper? Because I feel like that person could do a very good Michael Brandon imitation, and he should be narrating episodes for people.
The guy actually looks just like Bill Murray.
Oh, really? That's funny.
He's a friend of my neighbor's. He comes to their house every once in a while and has a few drinks, and sometimes I'm there with my neighbor. And one day I was like, I want the guy who looks like Bill Murray to voice Thumper in my series. So I asked him, and I recorded him right there.
That's pretty good. Do you have any other sort of quirky...
You now have Matt's seal of approval.
Oh, yes. The seagull.
Hi.
The seagull laugh. Do you have any other quirky stories about your voice actors? Because I know that a lot of people generally will use fellow YouTubers as their voice cast, but you seem to actually know a lot of your cast and to interact with them outside of the internet. So what for example, are some of your... I know you said your high school professor and now Bill Murray, apparently. What sorts of interesting people do you have voicing your characters?
Well, a lot of people from my school, actually. Like, I live in my college dorm. I'm pretty sure more than half the floor lended a voice for characters such as Jack the Front Loader. Bear is actually voiced by a kid who acts just like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. So that's always interesting. Rick Shea and Weaver are voiced from two guys that I went on a trip abroad to Ecuador with, and I've kept in touch with them. And I emailed them. My friend Jackson's from Texas. He voices Rick Shea. I said, I want an actual Southern American voice actor for this part. Would you be willing to do it? And he said, sure, I'd love to. And that's how I didn't even get to see him personally, but he sent his lines over, and it was great. It's good to have friends in it.
Yeah, that's excellent. What were their reactions when you told them that it was a Thomas series or just a Thomas video? What did they think?
A lot of YouTubers post, like, are you embarrassed of this? How do you tell your friends and family about this? And honestly, I'm happy about it. I feel no shame. Like, everyone acts like, oh, you like Thomas, oh, you're old. But no, I see there's a great charm to the series. And when I tell people about it, they're very nostalgic, very enthusiastic. Well, most of them are anyway. And
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Some of them are very excited to see their parts. I know Bill Murray was thrilled when he got to see his role as Thumper play out.
There's sort of like a little childlike reaction when you say, "Ooh, that's me!"
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Fire is Hot was an ad-lib, and I just had to put it in when the explosion goes off in Blunderbuss and Thumper goes, "Whoa, fire is hot!" I had to...
Yeah.
I had to put that in there.
I also, and this is just personally, I love that soundbite that you put in with the explosion in Blunderbuss. You put in, my leg! That cracks me up every damn time. I'm sorry. That's lovely.
I think it was early in the series, I was going through sound effects to put in, and I found the SpongeBob, my leg, and I'm like, oh my god, I just gotta put it subtly in the background, and every crash ever since, I just have to sneak it in there. I can't help myself.
It's amazing. It makes every crash. It's awesome.
I think I even pulled, luckily no one was hurt, and then I played my leg right after he said that.
Oh, gosh. Which of your episodes do you think, which one took the longest to make, and which one are you most proud of? Which one turned out as well as you had wanted it to?
Munitions, I filmed last summer, And I didn't finish it though, and over Christmas break I filmed all the stop motion scenes, which is almost 8,000 pictures, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And that took half the year to make. That took a really long time. I'm very proud of Munitions. I will say that there was a lot shot that didn't make it into the final cut, and it was going to be a lot longer. But I realized that for the benefit of everyone, that it should have been cut a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Now,
going.
when you say the benefit of everyone, you really mean yourself in the editing.
Yes, but I also feel like it got redundant too.
Oh, scripts normally do.
Yeah. So I think I cut it to the length it should have been, but I wouldn't have minded. I was going to buy Flynn the fire engine, and he was going to do a very poor job of fighting fires like he usually does.
Oh, Ty's died.
My firebox is on fire!
Oh, God.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, never again.
Praise Andrew Brenner.
And we have a bright, hopeful future to look forward to.
But that's not the
episode.
topic. The topic is your right.
Oh, sorry.
Where is it that you do your shooting? Is that just your backyard, or do you go out to a park or something?
Oh, it is not just my backyard. You know it's my backyard when you see that little bush in the background. I think that serves an excellent tree. There's a few areas of my yard that I also use. There's the pool. I also position the camera on an angle at a hill to get a panoramic lake shot.
I love that shot. I was just going to ask. That's lovely.
That's like my neighbor's yard that you can see. And I go to national parks. I also... my parents are divorced, so my dad got a new townhouse place, and that's where the Blue Mountain Quarry scenes are filmed, which I'm really excited about that portion of it. And sometimes I just take the trains in a car and drive around and look for places and get some interesting looks from people as they drive by, as I look for new places.
Oh my god, it's working again.
Oh, that's good, Ty. Hello. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, because I realized that I just didn't know how big your backyard was, I guess, because I was going to say, wow, he's got just about everything. Got a quarry, he's got just about everything, but that's fun.
When it comes to your set design, how long does it normally take to, say, put everything together, make it look amazing, and then promptly shoot?
It depends on whether it's Lego-oriented, such as indoor, or, outdoor. Because lately, instead of building a whole new set, I'm trying to make consistency. Like, we'll revisit old locations like the Tidmouth Lift Bridge and certain yards. So there's a sense of familiarity, so I'm trying to get that going. So once I've memorized where it goes, it'll probably take like 10 to 20 minutes. Doesn't take too long. But when my computer crashed and the original file of the Crovin's Gate work set was destroyed, I had to rebuild it. That took a few hours to set up. That was rough.
Well, it's a lot of bricks. That's a lot of Lego. Yeah. That's okay.
I was probably a big Thomas fan as a kid, and probably maybe even an even bigger Lego fan. And I love being able to use both that I've acquired and accumulated and make it a big thing.
Yeah, well, and it's your episodes have a lot of charm in them, I think, just because you are using toys and it's got that really good feel, but it also has a very sort of the visual effects that you use, as well as obviously the story content. It's all beyond its age, I think, for the sake of using wooden railway models. Which is nice.
To be fair, your series is the only thing I've ever watched that's Wooden Railway.
Oh, thanks.
And that's because your series is the only good Wooden Railway series.
Ooh, calling out everybody else. Well done, Matt Shearer.
Well,
because I'm familiar with the wooden community, I wouldn't say that necessarily.
Well, yours... Okay, let me rephrase that then. Yours has been the only one that's properly appealed to me.
I guess the appeal is that it's outside, I think. I think it, as much as I love, like, every once in a while there's a kid who makes one on a carpet and you just get a little nostalgia from it, but I just don't, it's just not fun to watch, to see the hand in the frame and the camera shaking. and no script, sometimes that gets a little redundant to me. So I really enjoy like making a sophisticated, formal storyline with something as juvenile and sweet and cute as a wooden train being pulled along by a little fishing line.
It is fishing line that you use. I was thinking it might have been a wire, or at the very worst, stop motion. I worked with stop motion for a while, and it was fun.
We all remember how that turned out, Jake.
Well, yeah. Let's be honest, it was a bit crap, but that's that's how it goes.
Well, that's how starting stop motion normally is, and then you get a good camera.
Now, how is it that you do all of your sound effects? What sort of program do you use to make your videos?
Well, there's a lot of complementary effects on YouTube. I usually get them from there. And some people put up train sound effects and stuff, which I usually get from my engines. And I try to find the basis or the closest thing to of the train. So like when you hear James, you're actually hearing his class moving along. I don't know them by heart. I couldn't ask you the class or number name, but I'll copy and paste it from Wikipedia and look for it. And occasionally I'm lucky.
Yeah, well, that's good, at least. And that's impressive that you try and get it as close as you can. I know a lot of people just use very generic chuffing sounds, such as myself. But
I know for a fact when Linnaeus comes by, you're actually hearing Dolgok. I got Dolgok for him.
That's good.
That's actually quite cool, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty interesting how you actually get the proper sounds of the real engines to match the characters.
It makes me feel good when I know, like, Victor, in the recent episode, the actual Cuban engine is going by, too. Like, I was really happy to have found a sugar plantation engine from Cuba working. And I know that, who else was it? I think it was either Den or Scruff. I know the Flying Scotsman's actual whistle is used. I looked for it.
Oh, can I just ask a question here? With all your models in your back, it's still in the back garden, isn't it, or something?
Oh, it's like on a patio.
All right, so is it done inside or outside?
Oh, it's the stop motion scenes and the Crovin's Gate work scene was filmed indoors, but most scenes are filmed outdoors.
Yeah, so all the outside scenes, do you have to film them all in like one day just in case rain comes down?
I actually got caught in a typhoon once filming scot-free. I threw a towel over everything I could and ran them in as fast as I could possibly go. I'm usually very careful. I'll check the weather. It's been a bad week this week, but if I sense something's coming, I'll finish what I can and take things in. But yeah, there can be wind, there can be bugs. A bird crapped on an engine one time.
That made
Which engine?
during that.
Which engine was that? I really hope it's Percy or something.
I think it was Henry's face.
Oh.
Henry has too many bad things happening to him already, and I felt horrible.
It is Henry. Damn it, Jake! You're ruining it for me.
I'm sorry.
And I think one time I have a dog, and I was filming Bertram at High Tower, and my dog's head just bursts into the frame and knocks everything over, and there was just dog hair everywhere. I have to edit shots to hide the dog hair that's in the frame. I'm so embarrassed by it.
But you cope, and that's funny, actually. You face a very unique problem that I think most, not normal, but most people who use like proper models would use, who actually run a layout or something like that. That's funny. All right. Well, maybe we'll move on to Ty now, I think.
Cool.
Matt, do you have any more questions for Matt?
I'm
think of until we go to the questions section.
Yeah, well, we're waiting.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to ask actually a question. The stuff's expensive, isn't it? Like, how much do you spend on a year, on each of the models you buy?
Let's see.
Because I know you're buying all the CGI characters.
Yes, I am. I have like a fund, sort of. Like I'll spend $100 this summer. I'd say a year. I'd say maybe $300.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
so it adds up. Like I never really buy them in a bin.
So it's every 4 months. Every 4 months is $100.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent, actually. You know, for the amount of, gosh, I mean, I know you say you've got about up to 50 voice actors, so you've probably got about 50 or more engines, but I can imagine you've got even more rolling stock and track and buildings and all that, you know.
Some things were gifts, actually, because when I've offered to certain voice actors to, like, join the series, they're like, hey, do you want these trains? I don't want them anymore. And I got, like, a lot of my track, and actually most of my rolling stock, just because kids didn't want them anymore, so I've actually scored some freebies along the way as well.
Well, that's good, at least.
I also make my own characters out of Legos, and that's usually the most cost-effective way of introducing a new character.
Gosh, Lego, I don't know if you've seen the price of Legos today, but it's wretchedly high.
It's depressing.
It is. My childhood.
They use oil to make the plastic to mold it and stuff, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
It's a shame when the oil prices affects Legos.
Okay then. Well, I think we shall now transition over to Ty. Hello, Ty. How have you been lately? What's new with you?
Been alright.
That's good. What sorts of fun new things have you been working on?
I don't know what to be fair. I don't know what to say because I've been on before, haven't I? So it's like
I know, but what have you done since you were on last time? And what are you working on right now?
I don't know. When was the last time I was on? It was last month, right?
Ooh,
May
yeah, it was about a month ago.
Yeah.
I think you were just starting to work on Percy's theme, I want to say. So.
It was around that time. I think I just finished off Bertie's and Terrence's themes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So recently, yeah, I've done Gordon the Express Engines theme. You know, a favorite piece by many fans. And Henry the Green Engines, I've done a recent version of that, like completely reorchestrated and stuff. Updated Duck the Great Westerns. I don't know what to say really because I'm a bit nervous, to be honest, Jake.
Well,
I'm kind of scared because I don't want it to seem like Matt's like all the cool, interesting one, and I'm like the really crappy, non-talkative.
Oh, rubbish, Ty.
Ty, you make the greatest music on the internet. That's probably a lie. I don't know. It's opinion based. It's fine.
If we can in the edit, Matt, if we can play the repairs theme right now,
yes,
probably without the lead, it's just stunning. It really is.
Oh, it is
phenomenal.
Definitely. You could talk about that thing we were saying you could announce on Sudrian Radio.
What was it? Is it the Adventures of You Know Who?
No, it was the thing.
No one must ever know about that.
That's coming at the end. But
what is it, Matt?
what do you think? The letters, the correspondence that you've had.
Oh right, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Well, for anyone's interest, I've recently spoke to the original composers of Thomas the Tank Engine, Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell. Now, I was very surprised this was happening because I thought, they're probably busy or they probably just don't use the internet that much, so they won't reply. So the thing what I did first, I got Mike O'Donnell's email from his website, and I sent him an email one day, and then the day afterwards, he sent an email back, and I was really, really excited because my initial reaction was like, "Oh, just a bunch of OMG."
Yeah.
So
I mean, wouldn't we all, though, right? I mean, that's amazing.
let me just go. I'm just gonna root into my email now and find it.
I'll put it up to get it.
But then a day or two later, as you're finding that, who else but Junior Campbell also responds to an email that you had sent not too long ago, and
yeah, Junior Campbell replied to
and that was amazing.
Well, the thing with Junior Campbell is that I think I emailed him like back in May or something, or April. I don't know. But he didn't reply. So I was thinking, oh, he's probably busy. But then a shock came the other day when he I think it was Sunday. I don't know, Monday or something like that. And then I got a reply from him, and he was saying, yeah, because I asked him the typical questions about how was it, what did you do, what stuff did you use, basically the same what I did to Mike O'Donnell, and then he replied saying, so it was time consuming. So the email's in front of me right now. Yeah, he said, sorry, it's taking so long.
That's all right.
Yeah,
It's fine.
my internet's been really slow at the moment. Yeah, he said, I might as well read this out. He said, because it's quite short. So he said, hello there, very sorry, but just picked up your messages. I don't check that very often, I'm afraid. Must say, I'm very flattered, and I'm sure Mike O'Donnell will be here too, at your interest and obvious dedication in recreating and adapting our music. All pretty much accurate too. I hope you enjoyed doing the adaptations as much as I enjoyed hearing the music again. It was all a very long time ago, different environment for us then, as we was always up against the clock. Deadlines to meet, etc., basic technology and budgets. I was wanting to use the real thing. I'm assuming Junior Campbell probably means orchestra there, like a big thing. But they wouldn't agree to that kind of budget. Most of the music was written, arranged and recorded on the fly, brackets, winging a prayer. Thankfully, people liked it, and the amazing thing is they still do. You have a very good ear, which is paramount as a composer, in my opinion. Really, you should compose your own music. You'll like it better. Good luck, and thank you again for your interest. Very best wishes, Junior Campbell. Yeah, that's what he said.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah.
The Mike O'Donnell one's it's a lot longer. So yeah, you might as well. I don't know. Put a picture of the whole thing in the chat.
Yeah, I'll also link it in the description of this video when it's up on YouTube.
What?
I'll put it in the description, a link to the thing on SIF.
It's not on SIF, is it?
Ty's made a post. It's not like official.
Okay. That's probably fine.
It's fine. I've got it. It'll all come out in the post. I'm the new Daniel.
It's Duck. Okay.
Oh no, Ty's gone. Oh, he's gone.
Okay. Well, that is still phenomenal news. Like that.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Alright. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's either my internet or the call. Anyway, so yeah. So I've got. Why are you hosting?
Yes, I'm hosting, but I'm not doing the stream, which would absolutely kill it.
Oh god.
Right. So so that I'm surprised with that one, and it was really cool to hear back from both the original composers, and the fact that they said they like my work is it's pretty exciting and appealing.
Yeah.
So
they didn't have to do that, but they took their time. That's just awesome.
I will mention though that Ben emailed, I think it was Mike O'Donnell 9 months ago, and didn't get a reply.
Shout out to Ben Stack. Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I find that kind of amusing. 9 months, man.
The seal of approval came out.
Yeah.
Just curious. I know that last time you were on the show, there were a bunch of people hassling you about music and saying it's not accurate. Has this basically cleared any of that up?
Well, my thing is that I can take criticism. I mean, I've got you guys to back me up to tell me what's wrong and what's right. But it's I don't like pointless nitpicking, I could say, where the people would go and say, "Oh, the tempo's a bit fast or the tempo's a bit slow." It's that kind of thing which annoys me, and especially when it comes from people who probably don't even know what they're talking about or don't have any experience with music, but they'll just go ahead and nitpick the crap out of it anyway. It's that thing that annoys me. It's like someone telling I don't know. It's like someone telling a trains modeler, "Oh, you're doing that wrong. You're doing that. You should be using this." You know what I mean? And they don't like being told what to do by people that don't know what they're doing. Do you get where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And and also the thing about people asking for it is that a lot of people I've said back off. I only give it out to certain friends, and it's it's pretty clear that too, because people have seen it in Dan's videos, NWR 1991's videos, cough Derek theme, cough cough. But and then yeah, but I mean, if a mate wants it, he can have it if he wants. I mean, Matt here, Enterprising Engines, can use it if he wants, and Matt Coley can use it as well. No, because I know you guys and I like your work and it's decent stuff. I mean, I'm not saying my stuff's like, oh, it's got to be a certain stand to use it like that, because I don't want to sound like a big-headed dick.
Big-headed.
But what I'm saying is, no, stop phoning me. There.
Oh.
What I'm saying is,
you'd rather see it in like quality content rather than something that's not.
Or
yeah.
Or people that are actually going to use it, because I remember there's a lot of people that go, oh, can I use this from a series, or can I use this in a movie I'm doing, or a tribute video? And the thing is that I think, you know what, I'll check out their account to see if they're actually doing anything. And the thing is, they've got no videos.
Oh.
So, I mean, why ask when you're not going to do a video anyway? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? So it's like, yeah.
Well,
so you've actually got to do something if you want to use it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that happens so often on YouTube. Like, I've done lines for movies for kids, and I've stopped doing them as often because these projects don't exist. I do like 2 pages of lines for nothing. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that's my issue. They ask and then they don't end up doing anything, so I think you're not having it.
That being said, I remember when I started out on YouTube, I wrote a movie that just never materialized because I didn't. It's sort of that young thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this big thing, and then it doesn't meet your expectations, and you just can the entire idea.
Yeah, but that reminds me of something I was actually going to make not long ago. I think I was going to. I don't know. I was going to do like something. It was something big. I don't know what it was, but it was something Thomas related. But it was like a really big project, and then I just thought, nope, not doing that. it's like when people, aka Sean O'Connor, says, "Do Harold's theme," and I go, "No, I don't want to do that yet." Because the thing is, it's because I know as a person I improve. So like, I'll end up making something when I feel like when I feel comfortable, when I'm at a point where I think, yeah, I can do that now. But then let's say a few weeks ago, I can't. I think, no, I don't want to do it. Like today, I've started Toby's theme, haven't I?
And it sounds awesome, but the only reason you're starting so late is because you had to wait until you got all the bits right. You had to wait until you got all of the proper sounds for it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that some people don't understand. Is that you've it's not just where I'm going to jump straight into Mixcraft and start doing it straight away. Actually, a bit of research has to go into it in terms of getting the sound right. I mean, composing is always the easy part. You know, I can play keyboard and piano and all that crap, but it's the fact of finding the right synth, the right sound, the right level of volume, EQ, etc. And getting that thing, you know, getting the sound which sounds close or spot on or whatever. But it's like with Percy's theme. When I was doing that, there was a few things I couldn't find, but then I ended up finding them. And as soon as I found the sounds to make some of the melodies, I just went straight on it, and I made it straight away. So a lot of things can be. Yeah.
And two, it's not only you having to find these synths, but sometimes you have to make them or tweak them yourself just to get the sound.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say a lot of things is with all the main season 1 and 2 music. A lot of the sound you hear there are like presets, so they practically come with synth, like the flutes and all that. But things like string sounds and brass sounds and trumpety sounds, I have to make those myself. And I remember one time, make Coley's theme. I remember those, the main lead for the Repairs theme or Henry's theme and Gordon's theme, that kind of brass thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how long it took me to get that synth. It took me ages. Because it's not a preset, it's a customized instrument, and because I was relatively new to the whole synth thing, so I didn't know what I was doing. But now to find a sound, it won't take me too long. But it's like with some things, it's like when I remember asking Mike O'Donnell. He said, "We don't know how the sounds were exactly created. It might have just been studio EQ and effects, but obviously, they created it all on the so-called Roland Jupiter 6 synthesizer. Well, I'm using a Jupiter 8, which is branded as the big brother of the synth. But sometimes I have to go out my way to find other synthesizers, like something called the Juno 60 and other things like that, to get the sounds right, because I can't do it with the Jupiter 8. But once you get there, it's a really good feeling, once you finally got to that point where you can get into Mixcraft and start making it straight away.
Yeah, we were having a conversation a couple of weeks ago where I said, I think you were trying to find some effect for Toby's theme, which you're working on now, and I had the dumb suggestion of, I'm sure Mixcraft or something like that, your program has a forum or somewhere where you can go and see if other people have it. And you responded by, there are too many Mixcraft forums. These things aren't easy to find, and they take time.
It's not just Mixcraft forums, it's synth forums. I mean, synth forums, I think, there's a main synth forum that I've been on quite a few times to look at stuff, but it's like, it's a bit embarrassing if you go into a forum and you say, excuse me, can someone help me with the sound for Thomas the Tank Engine music, please?
Oh, yeah.
Because most people on there, and they're like the kind of people that make Duran Duran music and Van Halen's Jump and all that 80s synth stuff with the proper gear. They're like how people are with railways. They're really professional about it, and they know everything about it. They know what they're talking about, and all that thing. So it's like, I'm kind of a one-man production company, whatever. I've got to do it all myself. Because when you do everything yourself, you feel proud because you've accomplished that big achievement on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, even just at its lengthiest, I think the repairs theme is probably one of the longer. Or I guess Thomas and the Trucks. That's probably the longest piece that you've done. It's only 2 minutes, but 2 minutes is a long time for that piece. And
well, especially for Thomas music, yeah. Because the old episodes were like, only 5 minutes long, wasn't they? So it's like, I don't know. I'm just having a look through my things now. And yeah, Thomas and the Trucks is definitely one of them. So with the Runaway theme, it might be a fast theme, but it does go on for a bit. And that full version of Bertie's theme I did, where it's like all the elements mixed into one big track. It's good to extend it. And it's like you can imagine Bertie going on a long journey, and you've just got that music playing for the entire time he's doing it. It's how I vision it, really.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And something new that you've started doing since we last spoke with you on the show, you've started to recreate episodes not only with your themes but also using cine sounds and other sorts of... you're using all of the original, not only music but sound effects now as well, and you're recreating whole episodes. What made you do that, and how long on average does it take to find the sounds, put them through, mix the audio, and publish the video?
Well, what it started out was because because everyone's before a lot of things, people going on about, I wish there was no narration over it. I really wish there was a version with no narration over it. So I instantly came up with the idea of, and I'm not the first one to come up with the idea because I've seen a lot of people do this before. But first I just got the original episode audio, and then and the video, and then basically just quieted where the music was, quiet down the narration, the whole thing, and then put my music over it, and that was about it. And I've done that for quite a lot of things, really, most of my instrumental stuff. But then it was recently where Dan was talking to me about the big Cinesounds pack with all the chuffing sound effects and all that. So I think because I just did James's Troublesome Trucks theme, which is one of my favourites that I've made so far. I love that one. But I got the Cinesound effects, and then I just started putting more and more together, and I thought, this is really coming out like the proper episode. So then when I did that and then put the music over it, it came into a thing where, yeah, I could do this with quite a lot of us now and it'd be really good. So I think the next one I did was Better Late Than Never, to test out how the repairs theme would sound on that. And I thought, yeah, this is okay. But because Better Late Than Never's, it's kind of a boring episode because not much goes on. If you ask me, it's just an episode where it's a generic day on Sodor and the engines just go from station to station, nothing major. But I just thought, I want to use the repairs theme anyway. And then,
yeah.
I think what I'm doing now is Thomas and Gordon. Because, I mean, what better to do than the actual first episode, isn't it?
Yeah, might as well start from the beginning.
Yeah, and that was the reason why I made that turntable theme. I originally made the normal speed version, and then I thought about it, I might as well do the really fast version where James is spazzing out on the turntable.
Yeah. That turned out really well,
that.
actually. That's one of my favourites of yours.
Yeah. And then, the thing with Thomas and Gordon, I'm halfway through it. I'm just at the part where Gordon backs down to the station before he sets off to Wellsworth with Thomas. But I can't be bothered to add all the sound effects on again. They're all there, but I mean, I can't be bothered to carry on.
Oh.
I'll end up finishing it at some point, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. Because an episode I really want to do is Thomas and the trucks with no narration and just music and sound effects. Because, you've got the big music piece in there, and, all that stuff, really. And plus, I want to make that busy theme where it's got the I just want to do that. It's funny.
Are you thinking of updating
Go on.
any themes now that you have some more since last time, or are you pretty well satisfied with what you've got? Are you moving on to bigger and better projects now?
Well, Jake, you know me. I'm never satisfied with what
Yeah.
I hate everything. Why do you think Dan has like 10 versions of Bertie's theme in his computer?
I think we all have about 8 or 9 versions of Birdie's themes on our computer.
I'm checking in my folder now. I have several different versions of Henry's theme.
Yeah.
The latest one's what you want, the one that's bracket S1 at the end.
Yeah.
Just to inform you all, it's like that when I send over a theme, anything that has the bracket and it has S and it has a season number 2, 3, whatever, that's the latest one. That's the latest one you're gonna have. So I'd advise you if you're ever going to do any episodes again, delete all the old stuff and keep the ones with the brackets at the ending. Because the better the music, the better the production. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of updating things, I don't know. I want to get around to updating James's theme at the moment, but because I don't really like the leveling of it. But the problem is that the piano I used at the time was a trial for like a pretty expensive piano plugin for Mixcraft, which is about £70 at the moment, or 40 or 50 or something. I don't know.
Yikes!
But when I get the money to do that, then yes, I'll do that, and I'll carry on with more Thomas themes that contain the piano, because that's a really good, rich stereo piano sound. And another theme I could have a look at doing again was the Flying Kipper. I know I've probably done like 4 videos of that on YouTube now, but that's one I'm redoing at the moment. Not really bothering with it too much. I want to do more Tugs music too. Like that one theme. What's it called? The Bridge Cafe theme or something?
Oh yeah, the band. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. It's kind of like that was definitely done with. That's probably one of the few musics done with in Tugs with a Jupiter synthesizer. Because most of the rest is just like orchestral stuff, like the main theme. But that's about it really.
And now you're working on
with
Toby's theme. You've started.
Toby's yeah. Oh, I wanted to get. To be fair, one thing I wanted to mention. I wanted to keep it a bit of a secret until the model was released, but I might as well tell you all. I've done Emily's theme.
Yeah. Well, Sean's made a post. People know that Emily.
Yeah. I was actually going to think, not put it on YouTube or anything until the model was released, because that's the main reason why I made it to give it to the model. But whatever. Yeah, I made Emily's theme. I might as well put that on YouTube soon since I've said it now. But yeah. But yeah, and I know there's plenty of clean versions out there. You know, Sacred Wolfies, Michael M's, whatever you want to choose. But you know, it's always good giving it a try. Just like how there's a perfectly clean original Mike and Junior composition of Diesel's theme, but I thought I want to use that because my policy is that when I do an instrumental episode, I want all the music to be my own. So I might as well make everything.
Well, yeah.
Just with the fact.
And it's like you said before, you know, making everything yourself. It makes you feel a lot better just doing it and just I made this. You know, this is mine. I own this. You know, it's nice. It makes you feel more accomplished.
Obviously, as people will point out, technically I don't own it. It is Mike and Yuri's work, but when I say I own it, you know, it's from my computer. You know, it's from scratch again, so it's what I made.
That being said, you don't own the composition, but you do own the arrangement.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what you've had to mention before to that one guy.
Oh yes. Intellectual properties and copyright laws. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not big on copyright, but I mean, people who go on about copyright like they know it, but they don't, you know, get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out. I'm actually quite curious, Ty. Are you going to start composing your own music anytime soon?
My own music? Yeah. Well, to be fair, I have a... Oh, sorry. Let me just answer Eric's question here. Yeah, according to the composers, Eric, yeah, they got rid of it after the seasons they used it for.
What was Eric's question?
He said what happened to the Jupiter 6 between seasons 2 and 3.
Oh.
And I think happened to it was is that they I think they used a bit of it for tugs and then they chucked it away. Oh, they probably not chucked it away, but they probably sold it or something. But according to Mike O'Donnell, they've still got the keyboards that they used for season 3 to 5. They've still got those. Pretty interesting. And I think the season 6 and 7 music was done at Mike O'Donnell's house in his little studio. Yeah. And back to the original.
Eric, I just asked this damned question.
Yes, I was just about to answer it, but go on, Jake, quickly. What I was going to say?
I was just going to say, didn't Mike say that they recorded everything at Junior's house? Wasn't that?
No, at Mike's house.
Oh, okay.
No, just this season. Well, seasons 1 and 2 was done at Ringo's old house.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's because Mike O'Donnell worked for Ringo as his little sound mixer in his little studio. And then seasons 3 to 5 was all done at the Shepperton Studios, where the original series was filmed. And then season 6 to 7 was done at Mike's house in his own little studio. So yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
So
and
Max,
back to the thing
most
about
monotone. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Well, that's quite interesting.
Wow.
Back to the thing about original compositions. Yeah, but I mean, at school, because I'm in the music class and we do a lot of things with MIDI keyboards and online and computer programs and stuff. Pretty much what I do at home, but it's a bit more high tech. But yeah, I've had to create a lot of compositions there, because if I don't do them, then I won't pass the class. So
well.
I've done quite a lot of original. Yeah, I've done quite a lot of original stuff, but it's not here. It's at school, and I probably can't get it back now because school have all the files. But I've done like little things like game type music. I've never really done anything Thomas type music there because I can't do that. But I did hand in my Tugs theme to my teacher, and she said it's really nice. She said it was really good about how orchestral it is and the drama and all that thing, because she's got to identify the characteristics and all that thing, because that's what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But about composing my own stuff, I've tried to, but I always I just ended up rage quitting because the melodies never go right. And I still got to find, I still got to look around and think, what instrument should I choose? Should it be a synth one or should it be an orchestra one? I get confused.
Yeah. So, well, it depends on what really what kind of, or, when abouts you're placing the piece. If it's like an 80s, kind of thing, you want to go for the synth, but always something bigger, you go for the orchestral arrangement.
I mean,
it's fun.
Yeah, one guy I wanted to bring up is, what's his name? On YouTube, Michael M. I think his last name is Menton or something, I don't know. Known as Bass T-Bone. So known as Bass T-Bone on SIF. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that guy is really, he's really he's a bit of an inspiration when it comes to original stuff, because he's created original compositions for a lot of Thomas characters that have never been featured in anything. Well,
they sound good.
CBS-wise, anyway.
They're all very, they're fitting, is what I mean to say. They're all,
they're really fitting. Like how he's, I think he made a Jock theme, but he gave it a Scottish feel, for that kind of thing, because of Jock. But then he recently did a theme for Millie. I think it's his own thing again, where obviously it's got to sound French because Millie's French. So it's like, man, there's a few other people that do original compositions for Thomas characters. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to work on a project with one of those guys one day, especially that Michael guy, because I know he's a Mixcraft user like me.
Come to think of it, I think I could be wrong in this. I remember hearing this ages ago, but I think he's a music teacher somewhere.
I heard something about that too. I know that Woolly Bear number 6 films, he's in a brass band.
That's really cool.
Is it the Sodor brass band?
Are they paper cutouts?
Are they paper cutouts? No, never again.
Do they sing "We Wish You a Merry Birthday"?
God.
Which is your birthday today. Happy birthday.
Hello, Dan.
You've ruined the Risco on the.
I heard the Sodor brass band and I thought I'd pop in and say hello. I'm gate crashing the party.
Only because I told you to do this.
Yeah, just because I've not been here for the past hour doesn't mean anything.
It means everything. Goodbye, Daniel.
Dan, you're ruining my part of the show. Go away. Go away.
It's easily reconcilable. I'm hosting this damned call.
Well done, Dan.
What was I talking about again? I kind of forgot.
The
brass band thing. Woolly Bear. Yeah, Woolly Bear's in a brass band, which I find kind of cool. So like, I think he's done a few Sodor brass band kind of arrangements for his Thomas themes. I don't know. I know he's done a few woodwind ones.
Yeah, I seem to remember. I really like his theme where he does Percy's theme on the piccolo. I think it is. That's fun. I like that one.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'd like to talk to him at some point. Because I'd like to talk, Thomas music with him. Because, musician to musician, it'd be interesting to how the conversation would go around. But I want to give a little tip though, because I heard he uses a program where he places down the notes and then he uses Logic afterwards. Logic is like a program like Mixcraft. You put a keyboard in it and you got loads of sounds to set you up. And the thing is though, I think it'd be a lot easier if he got a keyboard and put it in, used it in Logic instead, because then he could do themes. I don't know. He could probably. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I don't know. He could probably do something more rhythmical, because placing notes down and not actually using a keyboard is actually quite tricky. Yeah.
You have to get it just right. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's also more time consuming.
Yeah, it's basically like Mario Paint Composer. You've got to place them down and sort the rhythm out yourself with the mouse.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm very proud of that crappy Season 8 theme that I did for this week's trailer. It sounds awesome.
I love that. I love that bit of music. That's really good. I think that bit's amazing.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Yeah. Where do you get your sound fonts from?
YouTube. You just type in Mario Paint sound fonts, and there's a couple. There's not too many, but yeah, it's all right. It's a good sounding piano.
Obviously, the midis don't sound well. Don't sound well with everything else, because both Ben and I have tried, to change the tempo on it and give it our little go on it, but obviously it sounds really slow when you import it into Mixcraft, so that's a problem.
Which is weird, because when the actual Mario Paint file, it's pretty fast. I'll have to show it one day, but yeah, it's going pretty quick. But the fact that it transfers over to become very slow, almost unintelligible, really, that was surprising.
I myself do hope someday that you will get Mixcraft.
I'm looking into it. I think it's just about that time. I've had my fun with Mario Paint, but it's time for bigger and better things.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about bigger and better things. It's the fact of more of a normal way of doing it, if you get my meaning.
Yeah, no. Well, it's the fact that I can only put down 5 notes at a time on a space. That sucks. I have to sacrifice so many harmonies and everything. Wretched.
You can extend on how much you want to use. Depends on your sound card, though. I mean, because when I play something like Gordon's theme through my Mixcraft, like not for the MP3 but straight from the project, it makes my computer die. It kills it.
Yikes!
I remember I gave the Terrence theme to Sean the other day, and he said it really liked out his Mixcraft, and same with Ben as well. Because I handed over my Henry theme to Ben. He said it caused a bit of lag here and there on the theme, but I'm not sure that's whether on your computer or your sound card, which one's causing
I think it's probably a mix of how strong your CPU is, how much RAM you have, as well as your sound card.
Yeah, because it's the thing with if I play it and if I've got an orchestral thing up like the Scarlowy theme. It runs fine, but if it's the synth files, like all the synth instruments do take up a lot of space, and the file will be quite large, which cause a lot of lag. Yeah,
I think that may just be your RAM or how strong your processor is.
I've got 8 gigabytes RAM. That's quite.
Well, then it's not with the RAM then.
And before we get too technical, I think now is a perfect opportunity to switch topics. We should begin our lovely Season 2 discussion, I think.
Yay!
Just because it's about that time. So, I guess I'll pick any order, so we'll go, just as I can see it, Madame Ty, and then Mad S. I think I should preface this by saying I think Season 2 is probably, I would say, the pinnacle of the series, sad as it is, it being the very second thing that they did. Composition's great, all the stories brilliantly done, modeling was good. It's kind of difficult to follow up by saying, what do you think its highlights were, and what sorts of things don't you think that they did very well? Because I think that they did everything pretty well. But Matt M., what are your opinions on Season 2? Do you have a favourite episode? Or if you can narrow it down to maybe a top 3. What do you like? What don't you like?
I love Season 2. I think Season 4 is my personal favourite, but that's just me. I just think the sunset and the bright afternoon shots are beautiful, and I love the narrow gauge engine sets at that time. But Season 2, my favourite episode is Donald and Douglas. I love those two. And I love
that's Break Van over here, isn't it?
Yeah, when the spiteful Break Van for you guys. Yeah. Sorry, I have George Carlin's dub in my blood over here. And just the little things, like when the Break Van collapses and the next shot is the crane lifting up the little pieces and the Break Van has a little black eye from the catastrophe. I love that. And Donald and Douglas, I love that episode.
Yeah, that
episode
was
disturbs me on such a lot.
How do you mean?
Is the Break Van dead, or these are the things I thought about as a kid?
I think it's just a mantelpiece now. You can put his face over your fireplace. Or something.
But does he talk shit at you?
Maybe.
It is disturbing. I do that shot of after he got crushed and the crane's lifting up the front of him. That I hate that shot. That really disturbs me.
Yeah, it's very. As cool as it was, that really disturbs me. It still disturbs me to this day.
Kind of makes you wonder what would have happened to Scruffy if they hadn't have rebuilt him, in the 4th season.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
just about.
alright.
So Ty, what do you think?
Season 2's I'm not sure if it's even my favourite or my second favourite, because it's between that or season 4. But yeah, season 2. I like season 2 because I like the colour of it. Because it's got that kind of a darker tint than season 1, more of an oranger tint. It looks grittier. You know what I mean? And the sets are really good as well. Like I don't know what my favourite set is actually, but I think it's either the harbour, not the harbour, but the yard with the big soda shipping building and the massive red violet bridge. Yeah, and all the shots you get from that with the cranes and stuff in the background. It's either that set or I don't know. It's either probably the watermill set or the watermill set. That's a good one.
Yeah. What about music? Do you have a favourite piece from season 2?
I'm very fond of and Daisy's theme. Yes, people do joke about it, but I like how Mike and Junior Campbell did accomplish the really jazzy feel from it with just a synthesizer. Like, it does generally sound like there's a saxophone playing in the background there. And another one I like is Donald and Douglas's theme, because to me it might be synthesizers, but it does sound like real bagpipes to me in a way, and it does sound like the kind of thing where a Scottish marching band could be going through the streets playing that music. It's really genuine. It's not too childish, it's not too Thomasy, but it's really genuine. I'd like to see a band play that one.
That would be good. What about you, Matt M? Do you have any favourite pieces of music from Series 2?
Series 2. Daisy's theme would be mine as well. I like it a lot. It fits her so well.
Oh, is it one that I wanted to mention? Yes, the music at the start of Percy Takes the Plunge.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's used once, and because it's used once, it's unique, and that's what makes it great.
What about you, Mr. Shearer?
Well, pieces of music I'm not going to say because I think they're all great. But I think my favorite episode is it's between Thomas, Percy, and Nicole, and Percy and Harold. Or Percy proves a point for other people.
Or Double Trouble for other people.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, but can I just mention? Oh God, it's I've nothing wrong with Americans and Thomas, but the fact is, it's the change of the episode names.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Why?
I really hate that because it went from Thomas, Percy, and Nicole to Double Trouble, and when the Americans had to sort out the titles of the episodes, they make them sound really cliche and really child-friendly. Whilst over here, they was child-friendly, but they weren't as basic sounding.
Yeah.
Like, they changed it from Thomas and the Breakdown Train, which is our title, to Thomas Saves the Day in America. And when you hear an episode title like Thomas Breaks the Rules, you can just imagine some kid going, "Oh man, Thomas broke the rules again." That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not demeaning, but it sucks that the fact that we wouldn't be able to understand what Percy and Harold means. No, it has to be Percy proves a point. Doesn't make any difference.
That thing. It's like it's the same thing of the game Super Mario Bros. 2. The Japanese market, they want to give it to the Americans because they thought American kids would be too dumb to understand it. And that's what I think that the same of the episode titles for Thomas, that they have to change it to more of a friendly sounding, simplistic way, because they think if they have the original British titles, then the American kids might not be able to understand it or pick it up. Hence why the first episode's called Thomas Gets Tricked.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, he's playing his tricks again.
Ooh.
So basically, Matt's 1 and 2. The rest of the world thinks that we're idiots. Hooray!
I have one thing. I actually own the UK box sets of seasons in my house. So
good.
That's what I say.
It doesn't really matter because I have the Railway series, and the Railway series is like the Thomas Bible.
Oh god.
I have the original book.
Sorry. Yeah, derailing.
I
I think, in my own opinion, about season 2, I'd probably say I'm very fond of the repairs theme, just because there's a lot of emotion in that, and
I was about to say emotion.
Yeah, it certainly conveys that sort of. It's ambient, but it's powerful as well.
Is it okay if I just bring this up again? Sorry, Jake.
Oh, no, go on.
It's what I wanted to mention about music is that with the original stuff, that I'm not talking season 6 and 7 here, because that music's very generic. But I'm talking, let's say, some of the older stuff, like season 1, 2, and 4 and 5. Yeah, we'll go with those. Not season 3, because I don't like the season 3 music.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like all the music had could match its character. Like Percy's theme was little, it was cute, it was bouncy, just to describe Percy's character. While James's was brassy and in your face, and you know when he's pissed off, it has a very working theme. Gordon's theme was big and brassy and very full sounding. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's one of those things where I can say that the newer series lacks. Like all the modern music that we have today, to me it sounds the same. A lot of people could argue and say no, it doesn't. But to me, all the stuff sounds the same. It's all the same instruments and stuff, and there's not really emotion in it. All the emotion is happy. It's bouncy and happy. Whereas back then, you know, the music was in a different emotion for each character. Like Toby's theme was slow and humble.
Yeah,
you get my meaning.
You hit the nail on the head with that one.
I think they're heading in the right direction in the newer season. I think 17 has proven that there's some different things coming our way. It's not quite there yet, like we've been saying these past couple of weeks. It's not quite there yet, but
I just hope that the composer. I know he's not going to do anything with the music, but I just really hope something changed with it. Like, not a complete change, because obviously they can't do that now because of continuity issues. But it's I do hope that the themes will end up sounding more like their characters.
Yeah. Well, and two, I've noticed that they've started doing songs for episodes now instead of specifically for characters, which is okay. I think that it's. I would have preferred it the other way around, but it makes sense. And
the music just needs to be more matching.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because if you ask me, the new music sounds like it could be in a Disney cartoon.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hate Disney.
Which Matt hates Disney, so that's fine. Let me see.
Jake, back on the subject of season 2, do you have a favorite set?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like the harbor. I think I'm actually quite fond of what is it called? The China Clay Works. I think that's a fun little set. It's ill used, but it's nice. It's
a nice set, but there's only one thing about it. It's got loads of foliage around and trees and shrubs. Like, that really shouldn't. If you come to think of it, in a quarry, especially for China Clay, that shouldn't really be there.
Yeah, it's kind of off, but they want to make everything look nice and happy, and the green provides a nice contrast, I guess. I guess maybe more so than anything, I like the main line, actually, and all that goes with it, because there's just a lot of like in Edward's Exploit, for example, there's a lot of really sort of twisty bends and straightaways, and I like it when they're on the big tracks and they go fast and they go round the corners, and it makes me
Edward's branch sets were good. Like one of my favourite sets is Sudrian.
Oh yeah, and the big hill.
I think one of my favorite sets is it's that little valley sort of set. In Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree, where Thomas gets stuck, that set.
Yeah.
That's my favorite set out of series 2, by far.
It makes me think: was the Knapford set ever changed, or was it the same as Series 1?
Oh no, it definitely changed.
They might have redone the track. I can't imagine too much.
Because the building's massive, so to fiddle with that would have been a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think after Series 3 they rebuilt it. I could be wrong on that. Or rather, repainted it, reworked it.
Well, Series 4 had a bit of a paint work on the roofs. It was changed to white, which looks a lot better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with the stations. I like how a lot of the stations have a really southern, like a British southern thing to it. Like it's cream green.
Yeah.
Like the dark green and the cream colours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes well. If I had to pick a favourite episode, or 2 or 3, I would probably say Wrong Road stands out in my mind. It's classic Thomas. Just the story, the sets, the music is phenomenal. But Edward's Exploits is a close second. I think that was also very, very good.
One of them's got to be Bertie's Chase for me.
Ooh, yeah. Definitely that one too. Anything else? Series 2? That was kind of short. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Losing track of time. But
not most hated, but like your least favorite episode out of the season.
Matt M. What do you think?
Best set for season 2?
No. What's your
worst
least favorite episode?
Oh, my favorite episode of all time. I'm sorry. My dog just came in.
Okay.
No, you worst one.
Your least favorite episode of Series 2.
Series 2? I don't like... I forget what it's called. I think it's different in the UK and US anyway, but I don't like the Thomas and Trevor episode. This isn't really...
Yeah.
Like, season 2 was great. Like, that's not a bad episode, but if I had to pick one, that would probably be the one that just was kind of flat to me.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same. Now that I think about it, I forgot about that episode just because I don't really... Yeah.
I can't even say that. I really like that episode.
What do you think then, Matt?
That's really a tough one. I didn't care for the Diseasel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the one I forgot about, so... Actually, no, let me change that. Better late than never.
Oh, yeah. Like, the first minute and a half was just the viaduct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it okay if I get my say in this now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got 4 that I don't like because I don't like Percy and the Signal. That bowls me.
Oh, was that? I thought that was season 1. Okay.
No, it could be soon as a season 1 episode, but anyway, it would got to be Percy and the Signal. I don't like the Deputation. That bowls me as well. Better late than never. That's another boring one. And another one's got to be Duck Takes Charge. Those episodes, I just find them very bland.
I'd probably reprimand my statement and say Percy and the Signal as well. Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but that's one I don't watch very often. You get the gist of it after a while, you know.
It's one of those stories that's like slightly too technical.
Yeah,
it's not terribly interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think now we should move on to questions. Final segment. So, Matt,
Let's have a look through these.
Question master. Go on.
Oh, am I the question master?
You're a question master because I can't see the question.
Let me scroll up and get the questions. But for everyone, which do you like going to? That's an odd way to phrase it. Thomas Land or A Day Out with Thomas?
Alright, I'm establishing the order as I see it, so Matt M, Ty, Matt Shearer.
I have never been to Thomas Land, but I've gone to a few days out with Thomas when I was younger. It was all right, but Thomas Land would be interesting. I don't know too much about it, but isn't that where that manor is, where the old models are displayed?
What is it called? Drayton Manor?
Yeah?
Yes.
I'd love to see those and up in person. That'd be amazing. I think I'd love to go there.
Tyrone.
I've never been to Thomas Land. Don't have any intentions of going because it's a bit kiddie-ish. Well, it's not a bit, it's a lot. But Day Out with Thomas's, I've only ever been to 2 railways for those. My first one was the East Lancs, which is my local, because I'm in Bolton and Bury's like I don't know, it's about a 10-mile drive from here. But yeah, I used to go to that like pretty much every time it was on when I was a kid. Especially with my granddad, because my granddad liked going. And yeah, they're okay. Bit crappy, like, because Thomas doesn't really go far down the line. But oh well. The one of I want to be to is probably the most popular one in Britain, which is the Mid-Hants, because that's probably known as the best looking Thomas out of all of them.
Does it run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for long though. It goes for like 400 yards and then it stops and goes back. I think it pulls like a little green coach. It's either green or maroon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maroon.
The reason why I asked is because I have a story to tell.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but then the Mid-Hants okay. It's just that my problem is that there's like 2 Jameses there and both are like not working. One of them's scrapped.
Oh.
Or it's either scrapped or it's been putting a siding, like pretty far down the line, or just after Ropley. And then the other James, I think it's at the engine sheds, which you can go see. But unfortunately, I wish it still ran like it used to a few years back.
Isn't one of them Ivet designed? I don't remember the class in my head, but
I don't know. I didn't take much notice.
I thought it was a Fowler, but whatever.
And there's a standard 5 Henry there. It's not too bad, I guess. The Percy scares me.
well,
I've seen the Percy. I've
It
seen
looks
pictures
dodgy.
of it. It's just
yeah.
The diesel's okay. I mean, all the diesel faces at all the railways are the same anyway. I mean, I think they've got sometimes they've used a Mavis face for it, which looks stupid. And I remember one time they had a Spencer, which is practically like an A4 with a Mavis face on it.
Yeah. God. So I guess Bidden was visiting one day and they decided, right, we'll put you to use. Yikes.
It was dodgy. It looked dodgy. And I'm not sure if anyone else can relate to this, but has anyone ever been to a date with Thomas and they've gone past a little signal box, and if you look in the signal box, all the faces are stacked in there. So
oh my god, that's got
creepy.
to be traumatizing.
That's way.
It's like Breakvan all over again. God.
Oh god. You're going to give me nightmares. Stop talking.
Oh gosh.
There was a giant troublesome truck face and a giant Mavis face just staring at me. But it's cool when they have other stuff at like Daisy. You can go in, or there's a Bulgy there, which is at the back of at the back of Ropley, I think. No, not Ropley, somewhere else. And they've got a Trevor, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it when they bring out the traction engines. They're fun.
Yeah, they have Trevor at summer and Georgia at Easter.
So what about you, Matt?
Well, I've gone to one. It was many, many years ago at Strasbourg, I think it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Matt M can correct me if I'm wrong.
Is it the one with the giant TVS, Thomas?
Yes.
You lucky bastard! I hate
Well,
you.
I say the giant TVS, Thomas. Pretty much. When I was younger, I went there. Great place. Bought a lot of stuff. It was relatively fun. Until I found out that Thomas was being pushed by a diesel engine.
Yeah.
I thought Thomas had the diesel engine inside him. Like
That's what she said.
he, like he was the diesel though.
No. This was something completely and utterly different. And it just depressed me to no end.
Matt, when you're doing the edits for this,
didn't.
when you're doing the edits for this video, just put a bunch of shitty Thomas pictures up right now. That'd be nice.
Oh, don't worry, I'll link them to like.
We need to find a picture of the faces inside the signal box.
Oh my God! Drop it!
I'm sure Dan can help us out with that.
You might do, yeah.
Dan knows where to get that kind of stuff.
And as for me, I've never been to a date with Thomas, and I have no intention of Oh, hello, Dan.
You rang?
No, you're not in the show. Get out. You're not supposed to be here.
Good boy.
Little loner.
I've never been to a date with Thomas, and I have no intention of going to Thomas Land. Next
The
question.
kids came for the Thomas. I came for the 6-8 balls.
Move on, Matt.
Yes. Question for Jake. What gave you the idea to create the newer version of the Railway series Tidmouth featured in the majority of the Christopher Audrey books versus the Tidmouth sheds in the books of the 3 railway engines through James and the Diesel engines?
Ooh, okay. I really like the idea of an indoor roundhouse. I think it's unique, and I'm really glad that they went that way in the books. And I think that it works a lot better because I knew when I was going to begin the route. I knew when I was going to begin the route that I wanted to make Tidmouth Port very big and industrial, and having a big station and big shed and big yards that all fit very well in. So, it just worked better for the route that I was building.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next question.
The next question is from Daniel, and he asks, why is Dan not on this week? He is my favorite! ! 1! !
You do know. Hang on, Matt. You do know he's just going to come back in for that.
Yeah,
He
I
might
know.
do. To answer that question, Daniel has already been on the show. Therefore, Daniel, please refrain from commenting on the Sudrian Radio YouTube comment page ever again. Thank you. Next, kindly.
To the music makers present, the one.
Two.
Oh, sorry, Jake. I don't count you.
Damn your eyes, Matt.
They have been damned. To the music makers present, have you ever considered making non-Thomas songs and putting them into the Thomas music style, rather, with all the synths and stuff?
Ty, you go on.
Yeah, a few times. Doesn't really work out well though, because I mean, because I like a lot of songs that really wouldn't go with that kind of instrument style. But yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah, I don't work with synths, but I've put a couple of songs through Mario Paint, and they turn out okay. It's nothing I would do, and like publish on YouTube or anything like that, just for a bit of fun.
Okay. That answers the question. The next question. What is your favorite color?
Red. I love red.
Blue.
I answer blue.
I like green. Green's fun.
I swear we've answered this question before.
Yeah, that was my fault. I put that in there.
It's fine. There's a reason I said it.
I've always wanted to answer that question though. I don't know why. I just want to go on. I just want to go and say, yeah, I like red.
I like red.
Well, you get your wish. For Jake and Ty, what is the hardest theme to recreate?
Jake, you go first since your stuff's harder to make.
Yeah, I don't know. All my stuff is really hard to make, actually. I don't like Mario Paint very much, but I do it anyway. It was really difficult getting the Steamroller instrumental to sound where I wanted it to be, and Gordon's theme that I did also took a lot of time to get all the notes just right and the pacing of it, but yeah, those are probably the two that stick out in my mind. What about you, Tom?
It's I don't know. They're all pretty easy. I'd have to say, in terms of instrumentation or scoring or whatever, Terrence's. Yeah, one. I know one of them's Terrence's, mainly due to the percussion and the piano track. That's about it. That's the fact of getting the sound right, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, all of you. Season 2 had a lot of crashes. Percy especially. Which one was your favorite?
So, Matt M., what do you think?
Donald backing into the signal box. I just like that one.
Ty?
Crap. Forgotten. I'd just have to say Percy diving in onto the brake van.
I'd have to say that as well. No.
Or the brake van crash.
Yeah, no. The brake van crash is mine.
I like when...
Still disturbs me.
I like when Percy crashes into the lime cart in Ghost Train.
Ooh, that's actually up there.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they did that.
Yeah.
There was one more question I forgot to ask. Is Sudrian Radio going to have more guests that are a part of the Thomas Wooden Railway?
No,
that
really.
being said, I don't know anybody who is part of the Thomas Wooden Railway.
It'd be worth investigating. Like we've been saying, we're trying to not move away from, but certainly diversify the amount, or who we get on the show. Not just stick with trains people.
Yeah.
But
sort of the Thomas community as a whole.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
There's a few people I'd like to try and get on, but
Yeah.
I know most of the wooden guys just because that's my line of work. If you guys need a recommendation or something.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah, I could probably help out with that portion. I know
Who's that one guy? What is it? Wooden Railway Review? Who does all the reviews for it?
Oh, Jehuvier?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know, there was one guy who went into a little basement room, and it was all dark and stuff. It was I don't know. It was a video, and and he said he was returning to doing reviews or something. I don't know because he hadn't done something for a while. I forgot his name.
The Nostalgia Critic?
No.
I think his stuff is older. I know Jehuvier is very official about it. I think he's a little bit older, too. He might be interested. He's a really nice guy. He did some voice acting for me, too.
I think it'd be interesting if you guys got more people who, I don't know, try to get some SIF guys on.
That's what I was thinking, too. Yeah.
Someone who's on SIF. No, I'm not talking
Sean
about the team.
on numerous occasions.
No, I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about people who do stuff on there.
Yeah.
There's quite a few.
I don't know any of them.
That's fine. Next question.
Right. Oh, apparently this is just a continuation. Oh, and do you think the Christopher Audrey stories go well with Wilbert's in this season?
What season?
Season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
Thomas Percy and the Coal versus Wrong Road or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Madame?
I think they could have... It would have made more sense than to start popping up in Season 3, but I still like them. I just feel like they developed Percy and Thomas in a way a little prematurely, maybe. I guess that's my 2 cents.
What about your time?
Well, if I prefer, like what Matt just said, I preferred if the Christopher Audrey stories were in Season 3. Because Season 3's, that was the season where more of David and Britt's stories came in, so it would have been more ideal to put it in there. Mm-hmm. But Season 2, not really, no.
I don't really think they... As the other 2 people have said, I think it should have been in, Season 3 or possibly Season 4. Only because you can blatantly tell the difference between the writing styles, if you take my meaning.
I'm trying to remember. There's Thomas Percy and the Coal, and what else did Christopher Audrey do in Season 2?
I have the list up because I had to choose.
I swear. Oh no, yeah, Christopher did do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My kind of take on it is that it's sad that he was almost pressured by the TV people to write those stories, and just I feel that it was just I think so.
Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree. That was written by Christopher.
That one
No,
I
Wilbur
actually
wrote
liked.
that one.
Oh, did he?
I think The Runaway, Better Late Than Never, that was Christopher.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other ones other than that.
I don't mind it so much. I think it's still good. It's still better than some of the later stories like James Percy and the Fruitful Day.
I'll have you know that's one of my favorite episodes.
Well,
one thing I liked is how I was watching one of the interviews, and how Wilbur Audrey stated that he was going through 4 artists to pick from.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that they just went for the Dalby stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just bring that there because they weren't really sure which one to pick first.
Oh, if it only would have been say.
Not Clive Spongs.
No,
I
don't particularly care for his stuff.
No, because the faces scare me. They're really ugly.
Who was the illustrator previous Clive Sprung? It was
John T. Kenny.
Yes. If they would, I would have been happy with that.
But I can see why they chose Dalby, because Dalby's is like they look like the toys that you have in your room.
Yeah.
So kids can relate to it and make more stories from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Next.
The next question for everyone: do you prefer trains or models? As in model railway.
Train's the program, I'm assuming.
Yes, with a Z.
With a Z. Matt M.
C. I've never actually used trains or seen it like from an editor's level. I know it looks really nice and the sets seem almost unlimited. I'd love to work with it down the road, but right now I think models are my thing.
Time?
Wait. Which one are you saying this? Model trains or trains? Is that the question?
Yes, model trains are the game.
Well, I'm not sure, because when I think of this, I think of Dan's work. So it's like I think of with model trains, you can make like little sets from it, like the TV series, and do little things. But I think that's good for that kind of field. But when it comes to like really big things like harbour scenes and stuff like that, or a big adventure, then trains is the kind of thing you want to go for there. I don't. Go on.
Have you repainted Annie and Clarabelle just yet?
I've got one side of Annie done, and the front buffers, but I've lost my paintbrush. I've still got my paint pot thingy, but I lost brush. I'll just go by and get one.
Yeah, well, it was a good question for you, I guess, because you've not only got all the Bachman stuff, but you also make, or used to make, lots of trains routes as well.
Trains routes. Yeah, I might end up go back to doing that someday, but at the moment, music's better.
Yeah.
There's no problem with doing more than one thing.
Matt.
It's just, when you're Ben and you take on everything.
Ben.
I personally, having never properly worked with models, I can't answer this question to the fullest extent, but I do prefer trains as of right now.
Well, I was going to say, you probably prefer Railworks.
If it was the choice between Railworks and trains, I'd go Railworks any day.
Yeah. And I'm much more inclined with trains. All right.
For everyone, who is your favorite railway series illustrator?
Dalby.
You're serious?
Yes.
The Edwards.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the Edwards, I agree.
Kenny, in my opinion. Next question. For EnterprisingEngine93, where do you get the ideas for your episodes?
I think we might have done that already, but that's fine.
A lot of episodes I came up with, sort of these darker plots when I was a kid, pushing them on the carpet. But I guess I just sort of picture how characters could act together and just try to invent a scenario or disaster or this grand sort of location and just see where it goes from there. There are times where I shoot the episode before I write it just to give an extra challenge. I think Breakdown Blues was that way.
Question for EnterprisingEngine93. How big is your Thomas Wooden Railway collection?
It has grown significantly over the years. I would say I have about 70 engines and about 30 pieces of rolling stock.
Can I ask a question here? Do you have those old ones from the 90s where, you know, the funnels were wooden and stuff? With the really classic faces?
Yes, I do. They're very well loved and very beat up. And I try to keep them safe for now.
And, which isn't a question, question for Jake. Are you planning on making your railway series route the iOS of the Sudrian community? Like, keep adding on to it like Lewis does for SI3D's iOS?
At this point, I'm considering it. I know that everybody's going to have to switch to 12 at some point, so I'd like to get some work done before that time comes. But if the Sudrian community will host the route and I make my deadlines, then I can see it growing quite a bit more. Yeah.
It'll kill everyone's computers, though.
Oh.
Look at the size of it.
Well, that's...
The iOS kills my computer.
The way I see it, that's their problem.
Question for EnterprisingEngine93. How long does it take you to make an episode?
When I first started, 1 day. Now it takes about 4 weeks total. If the voice actors are a big part, though, I have to wait on their schedule sometimes. But the locations, I'm filming bigger ones that they're so far apart. Like, some of the locations for episodes are miles apart. It takes a long time. Stop motion, too.
Oh.
The production value has gone up.
Stop motion scares me.
It's tough.
It's fun, though.
The end result is fantastic. I recently filmed a operatic scene with Carlo Debris in his private home, and I'm looking forward to uploading that later this year.
Question for Jake. How long did it take you to create this route? I'm assuming the Tidmouth. How many Hellman assets are in it?
Hellman assets.
Yes. How many men do you have in your route, Jake?
Enough. That's exactly how much. Not a person more. I have exactly enough. Well, since I'm still working on it, I'll probably finish the Tidmouth section in maybe, 2 weeks or something like that. And then I'll probably see if I can't get that uploaded. But it's probably been, I don't know, maybe 3 months I've been working on the harbour and the town and everything. And I'd say it probably already has at least maybe 10,000 assets in it. Just trees, bushes, everything like that.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Question for Ty. What themes do you plan on doing next?
Probably some more season 4 stuff, I guess. Mainly for the purpose of, because people I know that do episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think if they mix my synth stuff and my orchestra stuff together in one episode, it just doesn't sound right to me. So it'd be good to have a big set of orchestral pieces from season 4 and 5 and etc. So yeah, more of that stuff.
Like Henry's season 4 theme, Wheeze.
Oh, yes. It's great.
Secret, man.
Dole Henry's Forest.
God, no.
For Enterprising Engine...
Ben's made that.
It doesn't surprise me. Ben makes a lot of things. He also doesn't finish a lot of things.
God. Move on.
For EnterprisingEngine93, what are the reactions of people about your series who voice the characters in your series but have no affiliation with the Thomas community?
But sorry, just to mention that you do realise that you've missed out the question with the whistle, right?
Dude, that's the last one.
Right.
I get mostly positive reactions, actually. People are very nostalgic about the show. It's occasional, but some people have never heard of it, and they're really excited to see them be a part of something. I've had roommates, let's see, I've had prom dates. I've had several different kinds of people that I know voice characters in episodes. So they're usually very positive about it. It's not an issue. I'm proud of it, and they're happy with the end result too. It's fun.
For Ty, and everyone to be honest, what Thomas themes do you feel are overrated, underrated?
In my opinion, overrated, it's got to be,
I already know the answer to this.
why, what do you think I'm gonna say?
You're gonna say Toby's theme.
No. I think overrated's got to be definitely. I think it's Gordon's season 5 theme. And I don't like that. I don't like that one because a lot of people love it, but it's just not one of my favourites. And another overrated one is I don't know what theme it is, but it's one of the season 3 ones anyway. I think Henry's season 3 theme. Yeah, loads of people like that one. I think Henry's season 4 theme as well. Yeah, I'll bring that up. It's not that good, if you ask me. It's a bit basic.
It's got Duck's theme and Henry's theme in together. Oh,
you shut your mouth. No, yeah, but it's over. That's an overrated one. Underrated. I wish people. I don't know. Possibly. I think Percy's season 5 theme's underrated.
It's great.
Definitely.
I love that theme. That'd be one of my favorites.
And Oliver's season 5 theme as well.
Ooh, yeah.
Oliver's find.
Madame?
The Happy Engines theme of season 2. A lot of people really like that, but it's just a medium neutral one for me.
Which one is that? Is that da 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 da?
No, is it da 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 da? Is it that one?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
And most underrated?
Let's see. I like Sir Handel's theme when he's pissed off and traveling somewhere.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Oh, you mean that Scar Louis theme where it's like, but it's like really calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the one where he gets bumped off the rails with the coaches?
Yeah, it's there, and it's during Steamroller, and yeah.
Yeah, I think Duncan has it too when he's traveling somewhere as well.
Yeah, I forgot I was going to make that theme the other day.
Yeah, I like that.
Possibly the most overrated for me would be the Viaduct theme, or the Repairs theme, as it's most commonly known. No, because you hear it everywhere. Everyone uses it in everything. I'm not wrong. And underrated, I'd have to say Edward Series 2.
Why do you think that's underrated? Who doesn't like Edward Series 2?
Oh, no, it's just...
I want
when
names.
I say overrated and underrated, I mean as in I don't hear it in videos.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear it everywhere. That's how I judge these things.
Yeah. I'd probably say overrated is anything really from season 6 or 7. I love Mike and Junior, but it took a turn.
I'm sure, but I think when it comes to season 6 and 7, a lot of people have the same views as us. So I think overrated in that camp, nah.
Yeah, it
no,
was...
there's no. Oh yeah, Murdoch's theme, that's overrated. That's really overrated.
I can agree to that.
It's like 18 seconds long.
Yeah, I know.
It's not too
The
long.
ditty.
It's not even much of a melody either.
And I think underrated. I'm quite fond of Harvey's theme. I think that's a good one. It's slow, but it fits his character well.
I think that's one of my favorite themes from Series 6.
Must make a reminder to make that one.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
To make the
I like Arthur's theme too, actually. That seemed
Didn't even know
like,
he had a theme.
Yeah, it's like dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Didn't we just play that for just to mention something, you know that Michael M guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just made Edward's season 6 theme. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll link the.
That's fun.
Ah.
Alright, Matt, move on.
Question for Matt S. What's happening with the Western region?
Who's asked that?
I don't know. Dan's just typed up some whatever.
Oh, that's fine.
And I don't know if this is probably George asking, or maybe it's just Dan. But I'm still writing it. It's going to be like what happened with Cam's Tug series. You're not going to hear of it again until it comes out years later.
And by then, no one will care.
Exactly. No,
Okay.
but it's coming along swimmingly. I'm going to be sending it off to Dan in the coming month so he can edit it within an inch of its life.
Right. Okay.
Other than that, it's just sitting. And for Jake, what other powers does Henry possess?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Apart from the power of flight, I'd say... Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to say, because that will spoil future Sudrian radio trailers. So,
Ooh,
I can't say for now, but you'll see.
very mysterious. And for all, what characters do you feel have an endearing charm?
Paxton. And I say that because he's a new character in the new series, and he actually has grown on me a lot. I like him.
I can agree with that. That'll be my answer. Tyrone?
James.
I think I'm fond of Gordon, but more recently I think I like Winston now as well. I think that he's...
Winston.
It's because he's new
Winston.
and just in Wayward Winston, he wants to get out and kind of do his own thing, you know, and that's relatable. But yeah, I think there's a certain charm. But Gordon.
I'm just saying, a character I think's boring is Henry.
Oh, how could you say that about Henry? Oh.
Because he just moans all the time. And he's always sick. He's always sick. When is Henry like never not sick, or when he's on his period or something? Because to be fair, in the episode what's the matter with Henry? In the episode What's the Matter with Henry, he's just on his period, isn't he? He's leaving it around everywhere, and Emily's the only one that's noticing he's on his period.
Dear God. All right. Shiny James whistle for all that.
But editing this one.
Oh my god.
All right, Mr. Shearer, move on.
Don't start with that, Jake. Not on Sudrian Radio.
Oh God. Sorry.
You actual dad. Last question. Question for Enterprising Wood SudrianAfro.
Oh, that's all of us mixed into one. I feel
That's not a child I want to have.
No.
What is your favorite type
Dan,
of whistle?
kick him out.
I was in the question.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him now.
Done. Your favorite type of...
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
No, I'll kick you out if you get rid of me.
Oh, that'll end the call.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
See how this works now?
No, Dan, no.
Anyway, question for Enterprising Boyd SudrianAfro. What is your favorite type of locomotive whistle? Dan, go.
Black 5 whistle.
Jake, go.
A 3-chime steam whistle.
Matt M, go.
Pennsylvania Berkshire.
It's gonna be a bastard to
That is a
find.
good whistle.
Ty, go.
Toby's 3-chime whistle.
And mine is the A4 chime whistle.
Dan, you can leave now.
Bye!
Bye.
I feel so sorry for him because he's on his own.
It's fine, he has a friend over.
Has he?
Joseph, his
Oh.
name is.
That's fun. Alright, move on, Matt.
That was the last question.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, okay then.
Unless there are people in the stream who have to ask things, I think we're just about done.
Yeah.
For the Sudrian Radio, Jake, would you like to wrap up because I'm not good at this one?
Oh, I could do very well. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'd like to thank you, Matt M, and you, Ty, for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you on.
Pleasure to be here. It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a good time. And
Hopefully
Ty,
we
as
can have
always,
one
well
again
done, Ty.
at some point, not next week.
Yep. And so with that, we close. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more exciting Sodor adventures. Maybe not, but who knows. We will be back, though. Hooray, hooray. So goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.